everyone, welcome back to Time Traveling Treasures. Today I have a Goodwill haul that's pretty big. I hit the Goodwill twice in this week. The way our Goodwill works, I'm not sure how yours works, but the way our Goodwill works is they have a colored sticker every week and that switches over on Sunday. So if you go shopping on Saturday and get all of one color sticker, then if you go back on a Sunday, you can get the next week's sticker. So that's what I did. So I was really excited. Most of the things I got was discounted, and the price that I give you is the discounted price. There was, I think, one or two things that I did pay full price for, but I think it was worth it. So let's get started and see what I got. A lot of times people ask me, what about grandma's dishes or Aunt Susan's dishes? Are they worth anything? Are they good to resell? My philosophy on dishes is I don't like selling a large set of dishes. I don't see that a lot of people buy huge sets of dishes. If I see the serving pieces or some of the accessory pieces, I'll absolutely pick those up. A lot of people are looking for those pieces. Most of the time when I'm in a thrift store, if I find those pieces, they're usually bundled together with dinner plates or salad plates, and I kind of have to buy the whole shebang. So in those situations, I go ahead and grab it if I know that the serving pieces are going to be worth reselling. And then I just consider the other pieces extra. So when I was at Goodwill, I found a set. It was listed for 14 pieces for like $4 or $5. And it is Syracuse China. And it's Carefree, but it's the finesse pattern. And I got this pattern specifically because it's a very simple, clean pattern. It can be incorporated into more modern pieces. This piece with the divided bowl, I am looking at selling this for about $35. They do pretty well. I also got some dinner plates, some salad plates, a little creamer, I think. There are various pieces. I'm not going to display all of them because it would actually take up the whole table and I wouldn't have room for the other stuff. So I will do a picture of all of the pieces together that I took when I was doing the listing. So as you can see, there's quite a few pieces, and I think that the serving pieces and the value that I can resell the serving pieces absolutely warranted getting the whole bundle, especially since I got it for half price, which means I paid $3.60. Oh, and if you see me looking up here, I have a little cheat sheet up there with all of the pieces and the prices because it's just easier to do that than sit there and go, I think it was maybe. So I have a cheat sheet. That's where I'm looking. So next I have a blue spongeware butter dish. I always get butter dishes if I can find them because a lot of people want the butter dish with their sets, or they're looking for the butter dish to complete their set. So this is usually a good purchase. The spongeware, especially serving pieces, accessory pieces, are pretty good to pick up. The mugs, yeah, they're good, but there's spongeware coffee mugs and cups everywhere, but still good depending on the color or the kind. But this is made in the USA. And I got this for $1.60 after my discount. And these go for anywhere from 15 to 20, so I'll probably list it for about 16, 18, somewhere in there, and see where it goes. This is California pottery, made in America. I love California pottery. I love the drip glaze, the design, it's really neat. There's other pieces like this that I found, but not with the orange and the tan, brown, beige. With the drip glaze, I just liked this combination, especially for the fall. I could see this with like some of the autumn decor, or use it as a candy dish or a nut dish. So it could be used as a planter or serving piece, either way. This I got for $2.26, and I plan on listing it for about $16. I'm trying really hard not to cling, but it's gonna happen, so please bear with me. This I wasn't sure about, but you know how you're in place and you just look around and you go, I don't know what that is, but I think it's something. And that was kind of this. And with the prices being what they were and being able to find so many things that were half price, it makes it really easy for me to take the gamble. So I grabbed this, you know, and also if I see something and I go, hey, I really like that, so even if it doesn't sell, I can personally have a use for it, then yeah, I go ahead and get it, because why not, right? This is Williams Sonoma. It is made in Portugal. It's just like a little snack tray with the creamer and sugar, or you can have jams and cookies and crackers and napkins, or there's so many uses you can have for this. But I still have it taped together because I'm clumsy. But you have the little pitcher here, and then for the sugar. And there's really no mark on the bottom, but there are quite a few of these selling online. So I ended up getting this for $2.12, and I'm going to be relisting it for $40. There were some that were $60. There were some that were $50. I'm listing it for $40 and going from there. I usually have where buyers can make an offer, or I kind of give a little bit of play in the price that I list it at so that I can send out offers. That way, if I need to bring it down, I can, or if I need to go up, I can, and just kind of adjust the price. So I usually try and find like the median of where things are selling and base my price there. However, this next piece, this is a beautiful Majolica bowl. I love this bowl. I want this bowl. Okay, if you've seen my other videos, you know that the majority of the things that I get, I have a really hard time letting go of, but most of the time I try and be a good girl and I try and do it, because that's the whole purpose in this, right? But this is absolutely gorgeous. Now, this goes back to me saying, you know, things are listed, and I try and see where things are kind of listed with other sellers and kind of use that to make my decision as to what I'm going to list this for. So between what things are listed for and what they have sold for, I can kind of get an idea as to where I want to list it. Now here's the however. However, someone has this listed for, I believe it's like $115, something in that range. And if you've seen my other videos, you know one of the things I say quite often is, just because someone is asking that price does not mean they're going to get that price. I don't think I'll be listing this for $115. I think I'm probably going to be listing it for around 40, 35, 40, somewhere in there. I think that would be a good starting place to start my listing. So here is the brown drip glaze. And with the brown drip glaze, either you love the brown drip glaze or you don't love the brown drip glaze. I like the brown drip glaze. And again, if this were a cup, if this were one of the little soup mugs that you see all over everywhere and that grandma had and everyone had, those are a lot more common than some of the larger serving pieces. This is a divided bowl, a divided serving bowl. And this is whole pottery. And I paid $2.12 for this, and I will be listing it for around $15. Now this next thing I have to be very careful. Okay. So sometimes, again, you see things, you're not quite sure what they are, but you just look at them and you know they're pretty special and they look really nice, and you just take the gamble. This was listed, or not listed, this was in the store priced for $8.25. And it's like a cookie dish canister set. And it has a artist signature. And it says Nancy Thomas. So Nancy Thomas does a lot of folk art, not so many ceramic pieces, but a lot of the wooden folk art pieces. And there are a few of the stacked cake tier pieces that she has done. There's this one, which is the Sweet Violets, and then there's another one that's white that has a different pattern on it. And they seem to do very, very well. Now the funny thing is this was listed for $8.20. Why do I keep saying listed? It wasn't listed. It was in the Goodwill for $8.25. So I take it up to the register, and the person there, who I see all the time, and she's absolutely fantastic, she said, I don't know who's doing the pricing, but why did they put $8.25? And I believe she marked it down to $6.25. So I got that for $6.25. And I think that was full price for $6.25. I'm going to list it for $40. They have sold for $40, $50, $60, $30, somewhere in there. So I'm going to list it at $40, and I really like it. So I think it's going to do pretty well. I couldn't find another one of that particular style. I saw a few of the other ones that had sold with like the white ones. But I thought that was really unique with the violets and the different colors in it. So next is this bowl. And this bowl is made in Japan. The style is, now please forgive me because the pronunciation, it is Yuhan Gama, I believe, Yuhan Gama. And it does pretty well. Of course, I got it discounted. I paid $1.13 for it. So yes, please. And I will probably list this for around $15. I really like the print in it. And the fact that there's detail on the outside also, and it's textured, so you can actually feel it. So this is a cute little bowl. Again, being able to get something for 50% off really helps me make a decision as to if I'm going to pick it up or not. Now these two pieces were stacked together, and they do have the same print, but they do have different markings. But the same markings, so they're kind of the same, but they're not the same, but they're related, but they're not related. You know what I mean? So there is this bowl. And it is marked Germany. And then this plate and it is marked Germany And I looked these up, and a lot of times with German or Bavarian pottery, there is a lot of different patterns, a lot of different styles, and you just kind of have to ballpark figure it. I am going to be, okay, first of all, I got the set of them for $1.62. I got both pieces for $1.62. So, having paid $1.62, I'm going to list them at $25 for the set. These are sunflower, stoneware, soup bowls. Now, I don't know what I paid for these. I would love to be able to tell you, but I have no idea. Because some of these were marked 2 for $3.25. And some of them were marked 3 for $3.25. So I took 4 up there. I don't know what happened with these, but I think I ended up getting 4 of them for $1.26 according to the receipt, because some of them were marked with the orange sticker, which it was orange sticker day. So I have a pink one and a blue one, and I have, sorry, that I have 2 yellow ones. They had a green one there, which I wish I was able to get the green one instead of the other yellow one, but it was chipped to pieces. So whoever gets them are going to get 2 yellow ones, and then a blue and a pink one. So for that set, I am going to ask $20 for the set. I really like the pattern. The stoneware seems to do good, and the sunflowers, I think they'll do pretty good. Now, my mother used to work in a bridal registry shop in the 80s, 90s, and I'm pretty familiar with a lot of patterns, and there's some patterns that just kind of jump out at me, and this is one of them. So this is Spode. And I'm really looking for Christmas stuff right now, because this is about the time where people start thinking about it, when it starts getting fall time and people start getting excited. And this I paid, it was $2.25, but it was 50% off, so about $1.62, and I will probably list it for $14. There's one that I'm going to save for last, so we'll go ahead and do this. This is just a tart warmer, and it has the lid. And I like this because the lid has the little holes in it, so the scent goes through, so you can actually cover it, which is good, so things don't spill or fall into the wax or the tart. I guess it's wax. And this is by Kathy Hatch. I'm just going to take that off because it's clinking. This is by Kathy Hatch. I have sold some of her stuff in the past. It is not antique or vintage. I guess it's vintage. It's a newer piece, but it seems to do really well, and the design and just the style is really cute. But because this has holly berries on it, I'm thinking it could be Christmassy. So I went ahead and picked this up. I spent $1.62, and I'm going to resell it for about $12. And this, one more thing, this was a side piece that I forgot about, so I had to bring it in. This I got for $1.60. It is a planter for a nursery planter. I'm kind of iffy on the nursery planters. It just really has to speak to me, or if I can get it really discounted, then I'll go ahead and pick it up. This one actually has a music box on it, which does work. So sometimes the music boxes work, but because they're pretty old, they sound very slow and tired. So sometimes they just sound tired and they don't want to play. So if they kind of sound wonky, I'm not really going to pick them up unless it's just one of those things where it was in a lot of something at an estate sale, and so it ended up being free. But this, I ended up getting for about $160, and because it has the music box and because I got it for so inexpensively, I went ahead and picked it up, and I'll probably resell this for about $12 to $14. Now for the I don't know what this is. There's always one of those I don't know what this is, but I'm going to bring it home because it's inexpensive. So this I paid $2.12 for. This is very sturdy. It's got the cherub with the flowers. And when I first saw it, it spoke to me as Capodimonte or an Italian with the applied flowers, an Italian design. And it just kind of seemed that style. So when I turned it over, I don't even know what to think. So when I turned it over, it said, okay, if you can't read that because it's kind of faded, it says duck, duck, goose. Duck, duck, you know, like the game that we played in PE school, back in school in PE class, where you get up and run around. So I wasn't sure what to do. I didn't know if someone was wanting me to like stand up and run around a circle. I don't know, but Duck, Duck, Goose. Is that the company? Maybe. Was it sold at an antique store? Maybe. I don't know. But Duck, Duck, Goose. I've researched Duck, Duck, Goose. I got many, many results on Google. Wasn't that, but Duck, Duck, Goose. That's what it is. So I'm probably going to list that between 25 and 30 maybe. I'm not sure. If any of you happen to know Duck, Duck, Goose, please let me know. I'm very curious as to what that is. So with that, I think this is a good place to stop, and we'll process the Duck, Duck, Goose. I really appreciate you being here. I'm going to put a total of what I spent and what I can expect to get, and I will also be doing a few honorable mentions, so make sure you stick around for that. I will see you next time. Thank you so much. Bye. My total paid for the Goodwill trip was $31.94. That is not including tax. And the value of the items that I purchased is $302. I wanted to talk to you about this little guy. Although he is absolutely adorable, the reason why I wanted to talk to you about him is the story that's behind it. So I saw him at a thrift store, and I picked him up and put him back, and picked him up and put him back. And I wasn't really sure about getting him because there's a few little worn spots in the paint and a couple little nicks, and this Garfield is definitely showing his age. But something just told me for $2, go ahead and pick it up. And I'm really glad I did. So I listed it the next day, and by the end of that day, I had a notification on my phone that I had an eBay sale. And when I looked at it and I saw it was this little Garfield. And someone in England purchased this Garfield, and with the cost of the Garfield, which was $14, and the shipping, she paid a total of over $70. $70 for this little Garfield. And then, to sweeten it, she even sent me a message telling me how thankful she was that she was able to find this, and she had been looking all over for it. She had one. It was something that was very special to her, and she had lost it, and she had been looking all over for this, and she just happened to come across mine. So sometimes to me, it's not about how much can I get for an item or how much am I going to make. It's just making that connection with someone and finding something that means something to them, and that's why I love doing what I do.